If you're thinking about moving to the Reno Sparks area, you're probably wondering what the most desirable neighborhoods are in this area, and I would love to tell you, so make sure that you are paying attention. Let's dive in. Obviously, the most desirable neighborhood really depends on you and what your specific preferences are and what your circumstances are, whether you have a large family to accommodate or if you are more interested in being in the hustling, bustling parts of town. Those are very specific and personal decisions, so obviously keep that in the back of your mind as I'm going through these. I'm just going to tell you, based on data and statistics, what we are seeing as the most desirable areas as far as the housing market goes. All right, in Reno, we have the Old Southwest neighborhood. This neighborhood is really close to downtown and midtown, which are walkable parts of our city. I think that is probably a contributing factor to why this is a desirable neighborhood. It's also home to really charming older homes. These homes were mostly built in the 40s and 50s. They are not new, but a lot of them have been renovated over time to be a little bit more modern. And the neighborhoods in Old Southwest are really walkable. They're really charming and adorable. They're lined with trees. It's just a really sweet place to land. And of course, if you wanted to go out and get food or whatever else, drinks, you can walk to places, and that makes it really, really desirable. Because if you weren't aware, Reno is mostly a driving city, and so without a car, it can be really challenging to be here. Otherwise, you are relying on rides from friends, Ubers, Lyfts, and the like. Number 2 is Caughlin Ranch. Now, this is funny because when I moved here, I probably said Caughlin Ranch for a good 2 years before somebody corrected me. It's spelled Caughlin, which to me, I would read that as Caughlin. I don't know, maybe I'm a weirdo, but it's Caughlin Ranch. This is a master planned community located on the western part of the city. Caughlin Ranch offers a wide range of housing options, including single family homes and townhouses, as well as access to parks, recreational sites, and other fabulous amenities. There are a lot of really good restaurants over there and lots of really cool nature and outdoorsy things to do, so make sure you check out Caughlin Ranch. Number 3 is South Reno. Obviously, this is a heavy hitter. Lots of people want to live there. The identical home in South Reno versus North Reno is probably going to be about $100,000 to $200,000 difference in price range just because of the location. This area is known for its newer developments, including Damani Ranch and Arrow Creek, as well as its proximity to the Sierra Nevada mountains and other outdoor recreation activities. If you haven't already heard, downtown Damani is a new development that's coming in down in Damani Ranch. It is going to be home to tons of retail, tons of restaurants, lots of green space, lots of entertainment and other things to do. They're basically creating a satellite downtown that's going to be stationed in South Reno in Damani Ranch. So that's going to make that whole area kind of come to life. Right now it's very residential. It's very much a driving part of the city. But when you have something like that kind of in the middle of it, it might help the walkable score for that neighborhood. Let's shift gears and talk about Sparks a little bit. If you're not familiar, Reno and Sparks are neighboring cities. They're basically kind of like one area, though they are technically 2 separate cities. If you look at a map of our area, you will see 395 that goes up and down, like north and south. And then you'll see 80, which goes east to west, and there's like a cross between the two. And then there is the McCarran Loop, which goes all the way around the whole thing. Now, Reno is on one side and Sparks is on the eastern side of that. So even though they're technically 2 different cities, they are touching. Everything's really close. You'll most likely end up visiting both places if you live here. For example, I live in Reno, but I do all my grocery shopping in Sparks because it's actually closer than any of the stores in Reno. So just keep that in mind. So let's dive in and talk about the most desirable neighborhoods in Sparks. Coming in at number 1, and granted, you guys, I did mention these are based on data and statistics. These are not like my specific preferences. This is what we are learning to be the most desirable neighborhoods based on housing market data. So with that, number 1 is Wingfield Springs. This is located in the eastern part of Sparks, and it is a master planned community. It features a mix of single-family homes and townhouses, as well as a golf course and other fabulous amenities. Number 2, Spanish Springs. I was actually out there today showing houses. This is also a master planned community. All of the builders have their little paws in developments over there. There's a lot of development going on out there. So this is basically like if you're coming on the northern part of McCarran Boulevard and you turn onto Pyramid Highway and keep traveling towards Pyramid Lake, you're gonna drive through Spanish Springs. There are a lot of new build homes going on out there. There are a ton of parks and recreation sites and walking trails, and of course, no one could be expected to live out there without amenities. So there's a ton of shopping, there are restaurants popping up there. I mean, really, you could honestly create a beautiful life in Spanish Springs and never have to make the commute into Reno as long as you didn't have to be here for work or whatever other reason. Everything you need is really out there now, and the development that's going on out there has really made sure of it. So make sure that you check out Spanish Springs if you're looking for more of a new build feel for the home that you're looking for. Number 3, the Highlands. This neighborhood is located on the west side of Sparks, and it offers really stunning views of the mountains and surrounding areas. It also has great access to parks and other kind of outdoorsy amenities, so make sure you check that out. If you're thinking about making a move to the Reno Sparks market, I would love to be a resource for you. You can book a call with me. It's totally free. There's a link to do that in the description box below. It's just a no obligation chance for us to connect on a call, make sure that I get your questions answered, and help you devise a strategy with your next and best steps. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week about the Northern Nevada housing market, the Northern Nevada lifestyle, and all things related to buying and selling real estate. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.